Hello Zaim.
Hi, Megat.
So we're going to continue with our simulation, workplace simulation, part 2,
Yes.
which is our second. And so
Okay.
for this one, what situation did we choose, Zaim?
We choose the situation one, which is at the office lobby. You meet a colleague who has just made a project presentation to the department. Your colleague received a lot of positive feedback. Congratulate him or her on a job well done. As you have to make a presentation next week, you ask him or her for tips on how to deliver a good presentation.
Okay. So basically on this situation, it also involves two people, which is me
Yes.
and you. And shall we pick which one we want to be?
So I think I will be the one who congratulate you for the presentation, and I will ask you some tips to deliver a good presentation.
Okay. I can't argue
And
with that. So I will be the one to give you the tips, right?
yes,
Okay. So how we going to do it?
all right. At the first, I will come and see you after you have done your presentation, and I will congratulate you on the presentation.
So basically, right after my presentation, about like 5 to 10 minutes,
Yes,
and you just come around and ask me on and congratulate me and ask me how I was doing the good presentation, right?
yes, yes. And
Okay.
then I will ask the tips because I also have the presentation at next week. So you will give some tips or some ways for me to deliver a good presentation.
All right, I can see. So, do you agree with the flow of how we're going to do our simulation?
Yes, I agree with that.
Okay, so let's not waste any more time and move on to the simulation.
All right, let's go.
All right.
Hey, Megat.
Oh, hi Zaim.
Hi. Hey, congratulations on your project presentation.
Oh, thank you. How did you heard about that? I just finished about 5 to 10 minutes ago.
Oh, yeah. The boss praises you in the presentation because you did very well.
Oh, it was nothing actually. I was just doing my job, and I think because of my data and my presentation is complete, it got into their expectations.
Yeah. Many other colleagues also say that you do the presentation very well. Actually, I am very jealous with your confidence levels when you are presenting.
Oh, you should not be jealous. Because those I used to be not as confident as before, but I've learned and from experience, so I can basically improve myself. And you can improve yourself too, Zaim.
Oh, yeah. By the way, I also have a presentation next week. But I feel like I'm cannot make it.
Why do you feel like that, Zaim?
Or actually, I'm not very good in the presentation. But as part of my work, I need to do it. So I'm not very confident that I will do it very well. So can you share any tips for me to deliver a good presentation for me next week?
Oh yes, absolutely. I can share all of my tips on presentation with. Okay, so firstly, you need to know on your topic, and you need to see, you need to get to your audience expectations. So based from your topics, I would recommend you to have as much as data that you need on this topic. So from having those data, you need to study more on them personally, but you should not put all of the data in your presentation, because it would take a lot of time, and most of the audience would be boring enough. So my tips for you is that you should put the complex data, which is the main data, and for the for the explanation and details, you need to you need to know you need to know in your head, you need to already know the words, the question that you may be asked, and you already have your answers. So basically it's like doing a research on your presentation.
Oh, all right. So I must do a revision and work on what the topic that I get to make the presentation very good. So other than that, um, when I'm in the presentation,
Yes.
when the boss asks me some question about my topic, I cannot answer all the question because I feel like I'm so nervous to answer the question.
Oh, so the nerves gets you when it hit on the questionings.
Yes, yes,
Even though you know the answer, but when they ask you, you feel like not confident enough to answer it directly, and that would lead you to look like you don't know the answer, is it?
yes, yes,
Okay,
correct.
so here is another tip about confidence. Firstly, you need to dress up well. If you dress up well to a presentation, it will really help you to feel more confidence in yourself. And before that, you should like um, try and practice your presentation. Even though you don't have an audience, you need to pretend that there is an audience. So that would help you to gain confidence, as as to you that you already have gone through the process before, and like you need to do it again. So when you do it again, you already know the outcomes, and to prevent the bad outcomes, you need to look back on your presentation before when you do your practice, and you can tell which part do you lack the most. So in confidence, like I said, you need to dress well, you need to know your knowledge, know how to respond, and lastly you need to be confident, and the way you talk, you need to show that I have confidence. You don't
Oh,
need to you have to put on a confidence face.
all right. So I need to practice more and more to overcome my nervous and improve my confidence levels to make a presentation.
Yes.
Oh,
So there are like some importance, but I'll tell you again the keywords to a good presentation. Firstly, is having the knowledge that you need to present on the
okay.
topic that you need to present. Secondly, is having a complex presentation by your slides, and you don't want to what's the word? You don't want to put over data in the presentation, so your audience won't be too overloaded with data and get those boringness. And lastly is confidence. This is actually the last one is the most important one. If you don't
All right.
have confidence, you cannot send those two knowledges to your audience.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Thank you for your tips. And now I feel more confidence with myself, and I hope that I can deliver a good presentation next week.
Oh, it's very good to hear that. I wish you all the best on your presentation on your presentation next week, and thank you for reaching out to me and asking on that.
All right. Thank you, Megat. See you soon.
All right, you're welcome.